This is Benazir, your host for today, and I'm a part of the B2B team at Board Infinity. And I'm very excited for today's session about telephonic etiquettes.
Okay,
So,
okay, that's great.
yeah, yeah. Okay, coach. So, as we know, in telephonic conversations, mostly we're not able to see the other person. The other person is behind the phone. So, irrespective of that, it is very important for us to know the do's and don'ts. So, firstly, I want to start with like, why do you think it's important to have and follow a telephonic etiquette while having a telephonic conversation?
Okay, okay. So I think before I answer this question, I'd like to clarify to everyone, so everyone who's joined in. Today we are going to be talking about telephonic etiquettes. Okay, so what are etiquettes? Etiquettes are rules, manners, general code of conduct that we have to follow with respect to, the given stream. So if we are talking about telephonic etiquettes, so we are going to talk about rules and manners with respect to telephone, all the conversation that you have on phone. Okay. And why is this important? So now Benazir has asked me why are telephonic, etiquettes important, even when the other person can't see. Okay, I hope the topic is clear to everybody. And why is it important? Let me tell you. So first of all, it is very true that okay, सामने वाले आपको नहीं देख पा रहे तो फिर भी आपको etiquette क्यों होना चाहिए? Because it is very clearly visible while you're talking. There are certain, uh, things that you have to follow while you're communicating on call also, which can make a huge difference. So we'll discuss what are the things that can actually, impact your conversation on phone. At the same time, the etiquettes are not just while you are on call, it is also like how you make the calls, what time you make the calls. So ये सारी चीजें हम आज डिस्कस करेंगे. Okay, so even if the other person is not going to be seeing you on phone, there are a lot of things that are included in telephonic etiquettes, which will actually make a huge difference if you're a working professional, even if you're a student. These things are very important, which is why I would request everyone to be very, very attentive during the whole session. All right, so should we get started now? I hope that
Yeah.
answered your question, Benazir.
Yes, definitely. And there's a lot more we will learn in today's session. So I think we have a lot of new followers, new joinees who are watching us live today. So I request you all to please follow our page Alpha Board and for more updates. And we'll also be sharing a lot of content going forward as well. So moving on to
That's
the
the thing.
next. So yeah. So I
Okay,
think
okay. Like,
you would talk about the do's and don'ts now.
okay, so we should move on to the do's and don'ts. Like again, like as Benojit said, guys, go back and follow our support because we will come to you every week, not just once, but 3 to 4 times in a week to interact with you and have sessions like these, right? So yeah, coming back to the do's and don'ts, like what to do when you're on a phone, when you are conversating on phone, and what are the things that you are not supposed to do. Okay. So very quickly, let's list down the basic things that we have discussed in the whole, not just telephonic etiquette segment, but there are several segments that we have done. We have done interview segments, we've done video interviews, we have done etiquettes with respect to a lot of different streams. Okay, so I want you people, if you have been there in any previous sessions or just generally, I would like it if you can just write down what do you think should be the do's? Let's talk about what are the do's. क्या करना चाहिए? What should be followed when you are on phone or anything with respect to telephonic etiquettes? Does anyone have anything to add here before we actually start? What are the basic things? What do you think should be done when you are on phone? Anyone? Anything? Okay, it can be as simple as okay. So the very first thing that you have to do when you are on a telephonic conversation is that you greet nicely. Okay, now again, when I talk about telephonic etiquette, I would talk about formal calls. Okay, आपको formal and informal का difference तो पता होगा सबको. I'm going to talk about all official, formal related calls because their etiquettes play a lot of like importance. It has a lot of importance. So whenever you're making a call, make sure that the greeting is always right. And how do you greet right? It is a formal call, so it has to be hello, it has to be good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay. So yeah, we have someone mentioning first. Okay, just
First,
one
you
second. I'm
must
not
be
able
audible to the other person from whom you are talking. So they are talking about the audibility and network connection, I think. It's very
Absolutely,
important.
this is also very, very important. I think we have done telephonic interviews, guys, if you remember. And if you're not audible right, if there is a lot of noise, if it's like, the connection isn't right, what will happen? It will create a very bad impression. So even if you're saying something very meaningful, it will not create any impact. The communication won't be ideal. The conditions aren't right, so it is going to, again, like I said, create a bad impression. Not right. It's not cool at all. Like I was saying, coming back to the greeting part, I have a question. Can the first greeting be good night? We can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Can the first greeting be
Yeah.
good night?
No, it's not.
What do you think,
It
Devanshu?
can
Can the
never
first
be
greeting
good night. I
be?
think, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
firstly, we should start with a hello or something and then with the greeting, depending on the scenario. Sometimes I have seen, like when I have taken a couple of interviews, so students, they mess up with the timing. If it's a morning, they end up saying evening. So that kind of happens when they have that pressure that it's an interview call. So,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
So, just like Benazir said, second thing, when you're greeting, greet properly, greet warmly, be actually happy, okay? So, when you say good morning, it should be like good morning, it should be like good morning. Okay, the tone also matters. We'll talk about the tone. Also consider the timings. Okay, what from what timing to what timing can you greet? Good morning is up to 12, like 11:59. At 12 it is noon.
Yeah.
From 12 to 4 it is evening. Afternoon. I'm sorry. From 12 to
Afternoon.
4 it is afternoon. From 4 o'clock up to what time? From 4 up to what time is it evening,
Four
guys?
to I think 7, 8. Sometimes it goes up to 8 as well. People say greet with evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if from 4 to 8 it is evening, post 8 can I greet good night?
Haven't come across somebody who, like, even if we start the conversation in the evening or maybe around 8 or later, but we haven't come across anybody who says good night to start the conversation, because I think it kind of means the end of the day when you are cutting everything and cutting the conversation.
Absolutely. Your opening greeting can never be good night, even after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 at like 11:59 p.m. It still is going to be like good evening when you call. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's just say you call after 12. इफ यू कॉल एनीबॉडी आफ्टर 12, अगर आप किसी को 12 बजे के बाद फोन करते हैं तो फिर आपका फर्स्ट 12 रात की 12 फर्स्ट ओपनिंग ग्रीटिंग क्या होगा? व्हाट शुड बी द ग्रीटिंग?
I think we would call it a next day, so preferably. But interviews generally don't happen at that time. Even if it's happening, I think
It
it
is
would
in
be
general.
more
I'm
of
talking
a,
about general.
yeah.
I'm talking about general etiquettes. Okay, like general.
Okay.
You're calling anyone after 12 o'clock. What time would you say? So first of all, if you are confused, just say hello. Don't go for good morning, good afternoon, good evening. First of all, don't call anybody after 12 o'clock, please. Don't call.
That's right.
But let's say if you have to, after 12 a.m. it is morning. Okay, it is actually good morning. If you go to airports, the announcement there, they wish good morning after 12 a.m. Right? अगर आप गए हैं आपने सुना होगा तो after 12 a.m. it's good morning. But when you hanging up मतलब जब आप disconnect कर रहे हैं phone call, तब आप बोलेंगे like good night, sorry, तब आप good night बोलेंगे. Okay, so if you call up at 12 a.m. at 12:30, if you've hung up, don't talk for 30 minutes. Let's just say you've hung up after that. Say good night. Same goes for calls in the evening.
Okay.
Okay, so if let's just say you had a phone call at 7 o'clock and you're done, you're not going to call the person again, close the call with good night. Okay, so this was about the greeting. Do it properly, do it actually right. Now there are a couple of things that our audience has also mentioned. Let me
Yes.
go through that.
So I think one of
Okay.
the person, Sunny Chawla, he asked, like, check the post greeting. Is it a good time to talk? So he wants to know if we should start with this line. Is it a good time to talk?
Of course, but let's just say, if it's a work call and if it is urgent, if you ask if it's a good time to talk, Sunny, most of the people would say no. Okay, but I think, like if it is like a persuasive call, let's just say, let's understand the context. Generally, if you're calling anyone, generally, yes, it is a very good habit to ask them, okay, is it a good time to talk? Is it, a suitable time? Cool, very nice. It's actually nice. But if it's like, a call to a client for a payment, or if it is related to work and you want to get that work done immediately, I would say avoid this question. Is it a convenient time to talk? Okay, so here we'll try to just compromise with our etiquette slightly. Because
Right.
because once you start working in corporates, you understand that there are certain things that you should do which will help you. There are certain things that you should avoid. So this is one thing. Nisha Tiwari says, firstly, we should live in a silent place. Nisha, rather than saying we should live in a silent place, it means something different. You mean to say you should be in a silent place when you're on phone calls. Yeah, if you see there's a lot of noise around you, move away, go to a separate either room or go to a space where there isn't a lot of noise. Uh, then again, Sunny Chawla says you ensure you are in good connectivity zone. Absolutely, I've discussed this. Why it is important. You have Pandit Aryan asking, firstly, you have to ask them, am I audible to you? Generally, in phone calls, this won't be a problem because as soon as you say the greeting, the other person will also say something, right? This is not a problem, but okay, it's cool if you ask that too. That's cool. This happens a lot in video meetings when you're asking, okay, am I audible to you? That happens a lot in video meets, but on phone calls, it's not always necessary. But there's nothing wrong if you ask. There's absolutely nothing wrong if you ask. Okay, check post greeting. Okay, I've actually discussed that. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we pretty much.
Yeah.
Priyanka
So I
Pandey
think,
says tone of the voice. Yes, when you're greeting anybody, when you're talking to people, make sure that your tone is right. When you say tone, it should be warm. कैसा होना चाहिए? Tone of the बात करके tone should be right. तो exactly कैसा होना चाहिए? It has to be warm. Venusin, what could be the example of warm, greeting? Can you show warm and
so probably
welcoming?
we can say, yeah, good evening. Is it a good time to talk? Something like that. Or you generally should not sound like you are angry or you did not want to be there and you did not want to take that call at that moment. So it should not
Absolutely.
be a lot that you're trying too hard, but just a normal hello or a greeting, which would suggest the other person at the other end that you were actually expecting the call and you are as much interested to speak. So I think
That's
that's what.
actually very like it is on point. I like how you even did the demonstration of it. It was very nice. I am also not able to do that, so I think I'm going to practice just the way you did now. It should look like you are expecting someone's call, and it shouldn't
Yes.
look like you are not interested in the conversation. So that's really good. Thank you, Benazir. Cool. Then we have to Priyanka Pandey also says we have to speak clearly. And listening skills, you have to listen. Cool. I think our audience pretty much understands, the concepts
The
and doing really
introduction,
well.
yeah. Yeah. So I think they're pretty much clear with how to
There
begin the
are a
call.
couple of things that I would also like to add on apart from this. So when you are talking on phone, we have to make sure that we're very clear and concise. Okay, phone calls should not be too long because there has to be some purpose. Of course, if it's a casual phone call, informal, then you can go on for hours. Nobody's going to stop you. But if it's a formal call, make sure that you are finishing the whole matter in a short time. Do not waste a lot of time. Do not use too lengthy sentences. Stick to the point. Always stick to the point. If you have called for something, make sure that you discuss that only and do not like, okay, acha, ye bhi hai, to ye bhi tha. I want to talk about this as well. And, unnecessarily stretch the call. So stick to the call. To the point. Second, be very clear because the other person is not able to see you. So you have to make sure that your message is clear, your tone is right. Here, the tone also comes in picture. Be very clear. Your diction should be right and be concise. Do not stretch on unnecessary details. Okay. Then again, set the right pace. While you're trying to maintain clarity, set the right speed. Do not talk too fast because you're on phone. Again, there are high chances of the other person not being able to hear you. So speak. Don't speak very fast. Don't speak very slow. Also, with respect to volume, do not shout. A lot of people, again, when we talk about telephonic etiquette, it's not just telephonic etiquette with the person you're talking to, it's also with the people around you. So if you are going to talk at, let's just say if you're at work and you're going to have a work call, if you are at work and you're going to have a personal call, do not discuss things very loudly. Okay, or anything. If you're in public, do not discuss things too loudly. We do not want to know any details from your conversation. So don't shout. Or at the same time, do not be so soft that it becomes annoying for the other person online to constantly check. Okay, can you please repeat? Can you please repeat? We can't. That becomes very annoying. Again, the whole effectiveness of the communication is lost in that. So these things are very simple, very basic, but actually can contribute a lot in creating a good impression on phone. So that is one thing. Also, what I would say is smile. So when you're talking on phone, make sure you smile. Now again, Benazir's point comes into picture as to
Yeah.
how the person is not going to be able to see you. What is the point of smiling? But it's like, when you're happy, when you're genuinely concerned, when you're genuinely smiling, it can be felt through the conversation.
Yes, that's
Okay,
right.
that willingness
It's
is
kind of
developed.
the energy that you give out, that kind of reaches the other person on the call.
The kind of vibe,
Yeah.
the kind of energy. Yeah, that is absolutely true. Then there are certain specific rules that I would say that everybody has to follow when it comes to formal etiquette. One is answer any calls in 3 rings. Okay, this is very commonly discussed. Do not keep the call waiting for a very long time. I will listen to my ringtone is like super cool. I want to listen to my whole ringtone and then answer. Don't do that. Answer the call in 3 rings only. 3 rings मतलब अलग अलग phone calls नहीं, एक ही phone call का 3 ring. Clear about this, everybody? I hope that is clear. Then also one very important thing. Let's just say if you are saying something, a word, okay, and the other person is not able to understand. Sometimes you're giving your details or you're telling your address. So if the words are not clear, so what will you do? This is one very important thing. Spell it out. Okay, so when you're spelling out your name, so my name is Mansi, and if the other person is not able to understand, so I will say like M-A-N-S-I, and when you're doing this spelling out also, you have to like mention what does each alphabet stand for. This is one etiquette. By rule, you should be naming out the places like M for Maharashtra, A for Andhra Pradesh, N for Nagaland. Okay, so this is how you're supposed to spell out your name if you want to, like give clarity about any word. Okay, so this is a very effective technique. Use that. Don't just like, repeat the word 10 times expecting that, magically the other person going to understand. Right?
Right. So I think let's take on a few more questions from the viewers. So, do you have any questions, or do you think there is any other technique that you all follow while you're having a telephonic conversation which the others may benefit from?
Okay. If the audience has statements or questions, you can definitely let us know. We'll definitely address that.
Right.
Also, one very important thing that I would like to mention to everyone is, let's just say if you get some important details or messages. Okay, for example, Benazir, if you're at work and your team works together, right? You don't really have
Yes.
separate cabinets like we sit together in the
We
workspace,
sit
right?
together.
You have your own desk, but it is in the same workspace. So there are
Right.
several times when you might get phone calls for somebody else. Okay. So at that time, first of all, do not answer phone calls, someone else's phone calls that we would be discussing in the don'ts. But for now, if let's say you answered a phone call and it had certain details mentioned, note that down. There's a different format also for noting down messages from telephonic conversations, but that's like too detailed. As of now, you don't really need to know that. What I would just say is note down important things, type them somewhere, and then this is how you convey it to the other person. Okay? Are you clear with this? So I think so far we have covered the do's, what are you supposed to do in telephonic etiquette. If there's anything else that you guys think that can be added in that, please let us know. I'd love to know more.
So there's one viewer who is asking about data science program. So hi Vishal. Actually, we are addressing about the English conversation and telephonic etiquettes today. So for this, we'll let the concerned team get back to you. You can probably text us on the page with your contact number and email address, and the concerned person will get in touch with you for more details
Okay.
about data science program.
So we have a question from Gautam who says, while others are speaking, do not. Actually, it's a statement like an etiquette that he is mentioning. While others are speaking, do not interrupt. Listen to the other person first and then speak. That's actually yes. This is one thing that I kind of missed. That let's just say if the other person is talking and you want to say something, wait for the person to pause and then continue. If you think that the person is going on and on, then very nicely you can say, okay, excuse me, um, I have something to say, or I'm so sorry, but I had this to say. Okay. All right. I think we are pretty much done with the do's. Let's discuss the don'ts, shall we?
Yes, coach. Let's go
Okay.
ahead with the
Now
do's.
like I mentioned, we've discussed what to do. Let's also talk about what not to do, which is more important than what to do. Okay. So the first thing that I would suggest that everyone should avoid is avoid using slangs and jargons or technical terms on phone. Okay, so when I say slangs or colloquial terms specifically, like colloquial terms, what do I mean by this? Is like local language terms that can be confusing for the other person to understand. Now, let's just say if you are a working professional, you are going to be talking to people from all over the country, or let's just say even if you're a college student and you meet people from different states, from coming from different cultures. So if you are talking on phone, it becomes even more difficult if you're using a slang मतलब एक local language का एक specific term जो सिर्फ आपकी community को पता है या फिर वही community को पता है. So let's just say I'm going to give an example. Okay, just for your reference, I do not use this word, I'm just telling you. Okay, so for example, in Mumbai, if there's a problem, people say matter ho gaya. Okay,
Yes, I have heard that.
the matter. So now this is something that people probably from different states will not understand. So if you're using something like that on phone, again people will find it confusing. So do not do that. Same goes for tech jargons. So a lot of times, how do I explain? A lot of times, what happens is a particular abbreviation that is common for which might mean something for one particular group or one particular community might be different from for another community. So, for example, let's just say the abbreviation GM. Okay. So it stands for good morning, it stands for General Motors, it stands for General Manager, it stands for a lot of different things and it may mean different things for everybody. So on phone, if you're using abbreviations or tech jargons also, it can have different meanings and can be misunderstood. So it is always better that you avoid these things. Are we clear with that? Yes, I hope you're clear with
Yes.
that. Second thing, what not to do is do not put anybody's call on speaker without their permission. Do not put anybody's call on speaker without their permission. Are we clear with this? Yes. Again, because this is
I
kind of,
think,
invasion of, yes.
yeah, I think we have a few comments. So there's Shivanshu. He says, hats off to the dedication to go live on Sundays and educating us. Thank you, Alpha Board. So please,
That's sweet. Thanks. But this is because we have, like a really immense love for all our learners and we want to come out and see you every day. Actually, if it was possible for me, I would come out for you every day with content, of course, to teach you guys. But Yeah, thank you. Coming back to what I was talking about, that we should not keep any phone call on the speaker without the permission of the other person. Why? Because again, it is invasion of their privacy. Again, that's not nice. So on, especially if you're at work, there can be confidential details that you're discussing on phone, and if you put it on speaker, again, I do understand nobody is, not smart enough, stupid enough to actually do that. But still, even if you're in your own cabin, or let's just say if for any reason you have to put the call on speaker, inform the other person first that, hey, for this reason, I'm actually placing the call on speaker. Please be mindful, and then continue with the conversation. Are we clear with this? Similarly, when you're recording phone calls, now initially, if you see the old handsets, they did not have this option of intimating the other person that the call is being recorded. So again, recording anybody's phone calls, recording anybody's video call also is not appropriate without the other person's consent. Make sure that if you have an old handset, you tell the other person that the conversation is being recorded for whatsoever purposes. Let's just say now a lot of new phones have this option where, like as soon as the recording is started, uh, everybody in the phone call gets a notification that this call is being recorded. So first of all, be wary of this also. कि आप अगर जब phone record करने जाएंगे तो उनको पता चल जाएगा.
Right.
The call is being recorded like a creep. You look like a creep. What will you tell that time? So it is always better that you inform that, okay, hey, for the QC purposes, or because I will have to refer to these details again, I would like to record the call so that I can go back to the details that we've discussed. So this can be done, okay? Then, like I had mentioned just a couple of minutes back, do not answer anybody else's phone calls. So if you see someone's phone ringing, even if it's at work, and you know it is a work call, do not, and you also speak to that person. Okay, let's just say, Benazir, let's assume you and all your team sit together, right? And if your team member A's phone is ringing where a team member B is calling, you also know team member B.
Right.
But that would still not mean that you will go answer team member A's phone call saying, hey, she's gone outside. Don't do that unless the other person tells you. Let's say it's a common phone. Okay, if it's a common telephone and you get a phone call for somebody else, that time you can definitely answer because you don't know who's calling.
Right.
तो तब आप फोन कॉल उठा के आप बोल सकते हो hey, yes, who is this call for? So the person says, I want to speak to this person. So you can say, okay, the person not here. Or let's just say आपको कोई message देता है कि hey, can you please inform XYZ to this person? Now again here a very important ethical as well as etiquette comes into picture, that if a message has been given to you, you convey that message to the concerned person, and not, let's just say again, let me give you an example. So let's just say team member B tells you that he has a message for me. Okay, let's say you have answered a call which came from me, and the team member and that person B tells you, okay, please inform this to Mansi. Now, Benazir, you cannot go to team member A and say, hey, you're going to see her, right? आप उनसे बात करने वाले तो आप उनको ये बता दोगे कि team member B ने उनको ये बोला है. We can't do that. That's absolutely not right. Okay? If you think you are not able to talk to that person, just say, hey, I cannot pass on this message. Please talk to the person yourself. Okay? Are we clear with this?
Yes, good. So I think we have one more question from a viewer. So Gautam says, when in a formal communication, junior is not getting opportunity to speak to or interrupt the boss. So how do we handle this situation?
Is it on phone call? First, that would be my question. What is the context? Is it on phone? Has he mentioned phone call?
No, he has not mentioned, but I think since the entire conversation is around telephonic etiquette, so let's cover that.
Okay. So let's just say again, it's not just the boss, but if it's anybody who is talking constantly and you're not getting a chance, like I told you, you can just say, you can wait for the person to pause. If the person isn't pausing, just say, excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is what I have to say, or this is what I wanted to convey to you. So I think this is
So
pretty
it's
easy.
like
Now again, you
not
mentioned
like
boss.
interrupting. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's what
Now,
we
now let me move
specifically.
to the context of boss. Okay, very tricky. So when you say the boss is going on and you want to say something and they don't let your juniors talk, so that shouldn't be the case. Actually, you should develop this two-way communication habit from the beginning. अगर आप उनको वैसे आदत दे देते हैं कि okay, where only one person is talking and you're just on the receiving end throughout, then that is going to continue to break this cycle. To break this particular habit, it's going to take a lot of time. तो एक call में नहीं होगा वो. But what you can say is, if your superiors have this habit of just having a one-way communication and not taking your inputs into consideration, you can always, by the end of the phone call, when they're going to end the conversation, or if it's not even a phone call, it's just general conversation, you tell them that, hey, I don't know how much this is applicable or how apt this is, but I had a couple of inputs. I thought we could do this. I have an opinion about this. If you explain anything formally, they are going to listen to you. There's a way you put forth your opinions. If you do that right, people are going to listen to you. And let's just say, if even when you're talking, be mindful of what is the context, what is the content that you're talking about. अगर आप कुछ substantial बोलते हैं तो be it the boss, be it your reporting manager, be it your colleague, be it the founder of the company, they are going to listen to you because you're going to say something important, something that is useful, something that makes sense. So I don't think it should be a problem. It's just that you have to, get over the hesitation that you have. Okay, so I think so far we've discussed pretty much the do's and the don'ts. So if you have any queries, we can definitely, take that up. If you have any comments also, I'd like to read more about them. Like, I'd like to read.
Yes, please drop in your questions if you have any.
Yeah,
I
so I
think
think
yeah. For the rest of the questions, I think they can just comment down below if they're not able to comment it here.
okay. So I think we pretty much discussed do's and don'ts. One more problem that I see, a lot of people come and tell me that, ma'am, we know the etiquette. We know what rules to follow. We definitely know what our behavior and conduct should be. But the problem is when we are talking on phone, right? Mainly
Yeah.
that is the problem. Like the problem is not okay how to say good morning or what greeting to say. It's more like what to say in the phone call. So a lot of times, people tell me that they practice phone calls before actually making the call. And let me tell you, there was a time I did that too. I'm not very, very, like talkative. So I also get really, wait, I'm talkative. Yeah, coming back, I also get very conscious when it comes to how I would sound or what I would speak on phones. So hence, like initially, I did practice phone calls, and you should do that too. So this nervousness, that how do you actually carry out the whole conversation, will disappear if you practice. So if you're going to place an order, like there are times when even today I have to like practice how I order food. So hey, I would like to order one this, and I would like if you can, add these things to it. So I practice that,
Okay.
and that helps. Practice it because there's no harm in practicing. But let's just say, you definitely don't want to keep doing this before every phone call. So practice what are the common phone calls that you generally have. If it is work related, okay? If you have work related queries, and let me tell you, when it is work, you know what are the kind of conversations you're going to have on phone call. So Benoji, let's say in the team that you have, what are the general areas that you generally talk about?
So the general areas, one thing would be the weekly targets that we have. and how much, what are the numbers where we are falling short, and how we can cover it by the end of the week. So that is
Right.
one line of
Hmm.
conversation. The other can be generally during the beginning of the week on Monday, especially, we have a meeting where we discuss what we are going to do throughout the week. So we kind of have a snapshot of it so that we can work on that and see where we are lagging. So by the end of the
So,
week,
yeah.
whatever falls short, we can cover them up.
Right. So generally, if it is a work call, you definitely know that it is going to be regarding something, something, and you are prepared. You should be. You can be prepared for it. Like ऐसा तो suddenly कभी नहीं होगा that you'll get a phone call and the person like, please speak about the planet Jupiter. I would like to know more about the Andromeda galaxy. ऐसा तो नहीं होगा, right? Is Andromeda a galaxy? It's a star. It's a galaxy. I don't know. Okay, so coming back, what I would say is practice your phone calls. Let's just say if you have to make sales calls, practice the pitch. If you're going to make calls for recruitment, practice that. If you are going to call anything, practice the context. Simple things from what your greeting would be, what your greeting should be. Practice that. So should it be again, like I told you, should be good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Practice that. Should it be hello? Practice that. Then after that, practice how you're going to introduce yourself. So, if it is a formal call, I would say introduce yourself like, hey, or good morning, this is your name. So, I would say this is Mansi from Alpha Board. So the name of the organization. Hi, this is Mansi calling from Alpha Board. Or hi, I am calling from this place. My name is this. Practice this. Okay. What is the next thing
So,
that you do
coach,
after you?
can they record their conversations? Probably, suppose they have a question which is commonly asked, like, introduce yourself. So maybe they can try recording it and correcting wherever and listening to it, recording their own answer, listening to it and correcting wherever they find the drawbacks or anything missed out.
That is actually a very good, way. But again, like I told you, if you're going to record calls, you have to tell the other person that you're recording calls. If
Right.
you're going to just practice, while practicing, you can definitely record your own voice. Right? You can do that. What is it that you do after introducing yourself? You either, first of all, if it is an incoming call, don't introduce yourself first. Ask the person like, hi, I would like to know who's speaking. May I know who's speaking? Okay. Practice these statements like, who is this? Or I'd like to know who this is, like who's online. May I know who's online? Okay. Statements like these, practice them. Or let's just say if you want to confirm if you are talking to this person only. So am I speaking with? Okay, so if I am making a call to Benazir, I will say, good morning. I am calling. This is Mansi from Alpha Board. And am I speaking to Benazir? Is this Benazir? Or, yeah, if let's just say I come to know someone else has answered. Okay, now if I do not know Benazir, I would not be able to identify if it's her. But let's just say I realize that this is a different person. तो तभी भी मैं नहीं पूछूंगी अगर लेट से मैं फोन करती उनको और बेनजीर के फादर फोन उठाते तो तभी भी मैं कंफर्म करने के लिए ये नहीं पूछती ना एम आई टॉकिंग टू बेनजीर एट दैट टाइम आई वुड आस्क कैन आई प्लीज स्पीक टू बेनजीर I would like to speak to Benazir. Okay, so this is how practice these things. Then again, let's just say if someone else has called you and they say, "Hey, I would like to speak to this person," then you say, "Yes, speaking," or "Yes, this is me." Okay. Then what is the next thing that you can say? Let's just say, Benazir, I ask you um, okay, I ask you I want to speak to Benazir. Now, what would you say?
Yes, it's me speaking. I generally say that. Yes, you are speaking
Okay.
to Belazi.
And then is there anything else that you can do beyond that?
Beyond that, if somebody already is calling me with my name, like, am I speaking to Belazi? Then I generally say, yes, it's me speaking. What is this regarding? So I ask them, what is the purpose of the call?
Absolutely, absolutely. So you can ask, what is the call regarding? What is the call regarding? Or you can also say, if let's just say you have got a phone call on your on your office number. So you can also say, how may I help you?
Right.
Okay, that also is really nice. It's nice to say that. Or it's simple, you can say what is the call regarding. Then let's just say if the person doesn't ask. Also, this format is not going to be followed by everybody. So don't expect
Right.
कि मैंने उनको बोला कि is this Benozir talking? उन्होंने नहीं बोला yes speaking how may I help you. So I was waiting कि वो बोले how may I help you तब जाके मैं बोलूँगा कि ये हुआ. Don't do that. Do not wait. No, nobody else is going to follow the format. So let's just say if the person says yes, जी मैं ही बात कर रही हूँ या कर रहा हूँ or yeah this is me, then what would you say? This call is regarding. So that time you tell them this call is regarding or let's just say you can say this call is to inquire about. अगर आपको कुछ पूछना है, if you want to ask about something, this call is to inquire about. Or if you want to give some information, that time you will say this call is to inform about. Okay, or you can just directly like mention the purpose. This call is to complain about. This call is to apologize for. This call is to express gratitude for. This call is to thank for. Okay, so you can actually mention the
Based on the scenario, they can pick
yes,
the.
you can mention the purpose why you're calling, and then of course the whole conversation will go. Practice the conversation, and now it depends on what is the context. Do that, and then lastly, once you are done, confirm like, hey, I hope this information is clear. I hope we have discussed like everything is clear to you. Do this like can you confirm what we have discussed? Ask this. अगर आपने कुछ बहुत important चीजें बात की है तो ये एक चीज है. And then while concluding the call, say thank you, have a nice day. Thank you for your time is also like I think it's a little unnecessary, but then I think it is polite. If you're talking to someone senior, then thank you for your time will definitely sound nice. I think it will sound nice. So that can be done, or simply thank you, have a nice day works. Okay, so I hope the whole context of the conversation also, like how will you ask things? If you're going to put someone on hold, very important. Make sure if you're going to like place someone on hold, ask them. What would you like generally, like how do you say this if you're going to place someone on hold?
Hey, I'm just getting another call, so can I put you on hold for a minute? So I
Yes,
generally
please
say
ask
that.
them. Please ask them. Like you asked, ask them. Do not tell them that hey, I'm putting you on
Yeah.
hold. Just wait for a minute. Wait for a minute. Tell them that hey, I might have to I have to go or I have another call. Do you mind staying on hold for a minute? When you say couple of minutes, okay? If you say, do you mind staying on hold for a couple of minutes? I would hang up. If someone says couple of minutes,
So
I will
it,
hang up like
it depends on that timing. If it's gonna take longer than 1 minute, so it's probably better you disconnect. You tell them that right now I have something coming up. I'll call you back in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, something like that.
absolutely, very, very important and very, very like on point to say. So what I would say is just like Devajit mentioned, if it is going to take time, don't tell them, okay, wait, nahi, I'm going to like place you on hold, wait, do not do that. If it's going to take time, tell them like, hey, I'm getting another call. Can I please call you back in a couple of minutes? That time it's fine. Placing someone on hold is really annoying. Nobody likes waiting.
Annoying.
Okay. If let's just say you did not expect the call to be longer, you just thought, okay, it'll take just 1 minute. So what you can do is the person that you're talking to currently, you can tell the person, hey, let me go back, disconnect my previous call. Just give me a second or give me a minute. Go back, tell them, hey, I'm so sorry, it is taking longer than expected. Can I please call you back? Thank you for waiting, but I would like to call you back. It will be better if I can, like we can talk later. Something like that. Plus, when you go back to the call, again, like I mentioned now, say thank you for waiting. Very, very important. So there are these few things, but also they are very important and can make your whole conversation very effective. It will make you sound like a professional and it creates a good impression. Everybody likes talking to people who are nice. Okay, so be nice. Be just being nice and don't fake it. It is actually you don't really have to fake it. Imbibe these, inculcate these habits. I would say rather. Yes, Benuzir, you had something to add?
Uh, I think some of them have joined in between and they were asking about what the session is about.
Okay, so the session here is about telephonic etiquette. So far, we've discussed the do's of the telephonic etiquette, what to do, what not to do, and we also discussed what are the common phrases, the sentences that you can use for different purposes while you're on phone. If you've missed it, that's absolutely okay. After we end this session, we'll be posting this on Instagram, IGTV, so you can actually go back and view it again. Okay. Does anyone have any more questions? Okay, end call properly. Pandit Aryan says end the call properly. Yes, very important.
Yes.
Akhilesh Mudiraj says, as a new follower for AlphaBoard, I could say I am so fortunate. AlphaBoard and Coach to Stop class. Thank you. Okay. Uh, I've told you the agenda of the meeting. Okay, that's cool. All right, all right. I think we pretty much cleared.
Yeah,
All
we have
right.
pretty much cleared the queries.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've discussed like, okay, what are the common phrases? There is one thing that a lot of working professionals actually ask me, okay? And that is how to deal with angry customers or angry people on phone. Okay, now this is not just for angry customers and angry clients, this is for everybody. How do you deal with an angry person on phone? Does anyone actually have anything to add on here? Like how do you deal with someone who's upset, someone who's frustrated on phone? And if you're a working professional, you'll see that dealing with people like this is like super challenging. It's super annoying at the same time. It's very tasking. It's very exhausting. So, what is the right way? What is the right way? Generally, if you want to match their energy, you will end up fighting. You will also like fight, the other person will also fight, then you're shooting nice words, the other person is shooting nice words from here. So, that actually will take up more energy of yours. So, what are the best ways? I'd like to know from the audience, what do you think can be done while you're actually dealing with angry people on phone? Anything, whatever you think you can actually like write down. Let me know if there's something that I do not know. Okay, so Abhik Vaghela says, agree to them as much as you can.
Okay.
To some extent, this will help. To if let's just say you're trying to solve a problem and you're trying to convince the other person that hey. Alternative A isn't working for us. Option B is something that we're trying to give you. Or let's just say you are trying to justify something. अगर आपकी तरफ से आप कुछ information दे रहे हैं, so if you agree to the other person, the whole motive will be lost. Probably you will be at loss. So do not agree to some extent. Rather than that, I'll tell you what to do. Actually, I have a better solution, which could be a substitute to agree. Pandita Aryan says, I will suggest him to drink a glass of water. Okay. If you do that, that could actually, escalate it. It can aggravate the other person. If I'm angry, there is a reason why I'm angry. I do not like to be angry unnecessarily with
Yeah.
strangers. Nobody likes. Let me tell you this very clearly. Nobody likes to be unnecessarily rude. Nobody wants to be unnecessarily, dramatic and angry and upset on phone call. ऐसा कोई सुबह उठ के डिसाइड नहीं करता टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू बी एंग्री ऑन पंडित आर्यन. Today I am going to be like I'm going to have a fight with him. So that do not. There's a purpose. I'll come to that. Okay, we have Anand. Aa gaya. Okay, nice name. Try to understand their perspective. If there's validity in their anger, let them take it out and stay calm. If not, leave the conversation. On point. I like this. I like this. Very, very mature. Very nice.
So
Okay,
there's
Didi
one more
117
comment.
says,
Yeah.
change the topic into other division apart from job. Now this will work only if it's an informal conversation. Okay? Let's just say if you have a fight with your friend, you can then distract the other person by bringing in something else, and that topic can be like okay, kept for later. But let's just say the whole conversation is a formal conversation and the whole phone call was with that purpose. Agar let's just say there is a client who calls you to say that I am not happy with your service. Can you say, hey, let's talk about the weather? Isn't the weather beautiful today? It's raining. Look at the clouds. It's such a beautiful day. Can you do that? Can you do that? You can't do that. So you can't really change the topic. I don't think that would be, right. That won't be right. Okay, so now let me tell you what probably we could do. Divi also had another comment. Thank you so much for your wonderful speech. Thanks. I'm glad you liked it. So coming back to what can be done, okay, there is something called as the heat formula. Okay, there's something called as the heat formula. HEAT. HEAT formula. Okay. Now, if you're going to deal with an angry person, what you do is one. Hear the person, like listen to the person. If someone is talking, is super angry, let them talk. Okay, we had, I think Anand mentioned that, let them talk. They're angry for a reason. Nobody likes to be angry unnecessarily. So definitely, like I would say, let the other person talk. Let them, put forth how they're feeling. Then E stands for empathizing. Empathize means to try to understand, show that you are able to understand their problem. If someone says they are not happy with the service, आप नहीं बोल सकते ऐसे कैसे? We gave nice service. According to me, in my opinion, it was the best service. No, you are wrong. There can be different perspectives. Understand that everybody comes from, different thought processes, different school of thoughts. So there can be clashes. Let the other person talk. You empathize that, okay, did this happen? Did we fail to, fulfill your expectations? Okay, I understand. If someone says, I actually had a lot of hopes. I really expected a lot from you, but that did not happen. So you say, okay, I understand. I understand that this must be really frustrating. Say statements like this, कि मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ आपको problem हुआ. I can understand that yes, it was inconvenient. When you do that, the other person will stop talking. The reason why they are fighting is because they want to show that nahi, unko problem hua. Okay, so when you empathize, when you say no, I understand, they'll be like, okay, this person understands. Now I don't have to explain more. Okay, so this is one thing. Then HEA. A stands for apologize. If it's a formal call, if it's a customer, it's a client, it's a boss, apologize. Like, hey, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for this experience. If you are at fault, apologize. If you are not at fault, just apologize for the other person experiencing this and then tell them, hey, we actually planned this, but it was from your end. कि ये नहीं हुआ. Okay? So let's just say if let's just say somebody ordered something for this timing. Okay, let's consider a very simple thing. Someone booked a ticket for 9 a.m. but they wanted it for 9 p.m. and they themselves gave the wrong details to you and you are talking to the person on phone and the person is like, मैंने आपको कौन सा बोला था timing आपने गलत किया. So that time you let them talk. Tell them, hey, we are sorry that this miscommunication happened. I'm sorry that you missed your event, or I'm sorry this happened with you. But if you see in your message in the email, this is the timing that you have mentioned, and then we did this. So even if you are right, let them talk. So apologize. Apology is very important. If you are wrong, obviously you have to apologize that we are sorry for this. And lastly, T is take action. Take action as in immediately tell them, we're sorry about this happening. Let me, quickly resolve this. This is the solution that I can give you. HEAT, stick to this. All right. What are we going to do? First, listen to the other person. 2, empathize with the other person. Tell them that I understand. A, what is A? Benazir?
Apologize.
What is A? Apologize. And T?
Take action. Corrective action.
Absolutely. Take corrective action. So I think we've discussed do's, we've discussed don'ts, we've discussed etiquettes, we've discussed common phrases, and we've also discussed how to deal with angry people. So I think we've pretty much like had a very comprehensive session, and I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, you can please drop them down in the comment box. I would like to address them. If you have anything to say, any feedback also, that also works.
So we have one more question, but it's related to public communication. How to handle public communication? Ravi Jaiswal asked.
How to handle public communication? You mean to say how to conduct public speaking, right? Practice
Yeah.
practice speaking to more people. The problem is, you want to start public speaking before actually starting speaking. Start speaking to people. Start practicing. What are you going to do exactly? Public speaking में आप क्या करेंगे? Are you going to host meetings? Are you going to give speeches? Are you going to interview people in front of a lot of people? What are you going to do? Choose that first, practice that, and start with small events. Start with small steps. Let's just say if you're going to, I do not know, Ravi, if you're working or if you're a student, but let's just say wherever you get an opportunity, go participate in that and start actually seeing, okay, how well can you do in public speaking. This is one very good way. Initially, like I told you, in school I was not a very confident student. I was not very confident when it came to speaking, but I started doing that. I started being more participative in activities in college, and yeah, I think now I can pretty much manage public speaking. Give me an example of verbal communication, Shiv Shankar. I do not understand. Give me an example of verbal communication. Everything that we're talking is verbal communication. Pandit Aryan has just mentioned, okay, it stands for hear, empathize, apologize, and take action. Very good. I see that you're taking notes. Nice. Anand says, know your crowd, start with a positive paragraph. Okay, so I think you are talking about public speaking. Very good, Anand. I am liking how, we are trying to help each other. That's very nice. This is the kind of interaction I would like in sessions like these. I would definitely like everyone's participation. That's very good. Okay, so I think we've pretty much addressed everyone's questions, and we can now end the session here. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. If you have not followed AlphaBoard yet, please go back, follow AlphaBoard. We are going to come here. I'm going to meet you almost 4 times a week, bring in content for you, useful ones, not just related to communication, but also soft skills, not just soft skills, but also employability skills. And then we have a lot of other fun content being posted here. So if you do not want to miss that, please follow us.